what that is, don't we? Whether you've seen the new Wonka film or the original, you remember that song. And this event promised to have all the magic of that. It promised to be a magical chocolate experience at every turn, just like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. But instead, it ended, I'm afraid, with children crying, parents angry, and the police called to the site.
Yeah. Here's the reality of the immersive Willy Wonka event in Glasgow, where not-so-golden tickets went for £35, and it went viral this week for all the wrong reasons, with attendees describing it as an empty warehouse, sparsely decorated with cheap props and a lack of chocolate, which you'd think you want, with kids given a handful of jelly beans.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Sometimes you can oversell, can't you? Now, at the centre of this viral thing was a photo of a very glum-looking actress, Kirsty Paterson, dressed as an Oompa Loompa, and it sort of became the defining image of the whole event and has inspired many memes. And Kirsty joins us now, along with Jenny Fogarty, who was also a fellow Oompa Loompa. So, for those, I mean, lots of people will have seen this online. I've seen it online. You were there. You were at the centre of it. But for those that haven't picked up on this yet, so from your perspective, what was this event when you were booked?
So we were getting actually quite well paid for, like, the 2 days we were working. And they were charging a lot of money for the tickets.
35 quid a ticket.
Yeah. A lot of money.
Yeah. And it was billed to you as what? What was it going to be?
So they told us this was going to be a pantomime style.
Right.
And that we were going to perform and as they walked through. But what happened is they gave us the script the night before.
Right.
I remember on the Friday when I went, it looked like that.
Like an empty rubbish warehouse with nothing in it.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Yeah, basically. And I kind of thought to myself, going, surely they must have people working throughout the night for this to be better with lights and everything like that. But it's just...
Because people were told it was going to be the magical experience which we've seen in the movies, we've had in our imaginations from the books, you know, and there isn't even an attempt to cover the sort of ceiling or anything, is there? Which must have worried you.
How would I describe it? It was tablecloths and a bunch of low IKEA mirrors.
So, Jenny, you thought perhaps overnight it would be transformed. I have to ask you, when you get hired to be an actor, I mean, Oompa Loompas are... you know, orange-faced little people. Did they give you any indication of makeup or what they wanted from you other than show up and read this?
Do you want to go?
You go.
Yeah. When we were asked about makeup and all, we were just told to improvise.
To improvise?
Improvise. And
improvise being an Oompa Loompa?
just to do our makeup as, like, crazy as we want, so... we just kind of...
So they didn't really have a brief that you could work...
There was no direction.
OK, so this is House of Illuminati, did it? I mean, are they an experienced company, that people you worked with before?
Oh, definitely. I've not worked with them before. No, this is not something that's ever happened to me.
So you get there, you've got fears, you've got worries, it doesn't look as good as you hoped when you were booked, and then it opened. Tell us about the chaos that then descended.
Right, so this is my thought process at this point. So I got given the Poundland inappropriate Oompa Loompa outfits.
Right.
And then by that point, I tried it on and we were all just laughing. I was like contemplating, do I just walk out this? This is just too much. Like, I can't deal with this. And then what happened is the other actors were amazing and I didn't want to let them down, but then I started seeing the kids coming in and they were all dressed up and they were so cute. And I just didn't want to let them down, honestly. I just didn't, so...
They were all excited,
They were
presumably.
so excited, yeah. And, like, it was just such a shame, but...
So you were showing around these sort of empty tables. You can see the faces of family coming in. Firstly, when you try to be an Oompa Loompa, I feel like I'm a male job. How does one be an Oompa Loompa?
So I'll tell you exactly what happened. So the first kind of going through the kind of scene, the first kind of round of shows I did like cartwheels, I was happy, I was jumping about. I just like to make the best of any situation.
To make it like a interactive experience.
Interactive cartwheeling Oompa Loompa. A family show up, they've paid £35, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? And they go, What's going on?
Don't know if it's worth a cartwheel, but so what happened? To be honest with you, but like, so what happened is they walked through, and like, so the first 2 times, like, we were able to actually act through the scene and do it all. I mean, it was literally like we couldn't actually do anything more than what we did for what we were given.
What was there was a little bouncy castle there,
Yeah.
some handwritten signs, a ropey rainbow, it looks like, and what looks like a sort of slight homage to a nuclear fallout shelter.
You probably not wrong off there, aye.
No, so I wonder, how angry did the people get?
Yeah. When did it start turning from embarrassing and you're worried about letting them down to the parents getting pretty serious? Because the police ended up being called.
Well, I don't think we got the brunt of the abuse. I think we got mostly confusion.
What happened was, at this point, we walked out to the pub, walked out, all the actors went to the pub. This is just not
Wait,
this.
just stop. The actors left and went to the pub.
After it was shut down.
After we shut down, and Grace had a laugh about it, because we didn't realise it was going to be this big. And then when we came back, it was just, there was 4 police vans that were outside, and it was just wild.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were pretty cross, the parents, because they'd obviously spent big, you know, proper money, £35 on the ticket. They'd got their kids excited about it. It's horrible to see a little one crestfallen. And did you know who they complained to and how it happened? What did you learn about that?
Well, we're just as... Well, I actually feel really, really bad because they've not had any refunds either, and especially a cost of living crisis. It's a lot of money to people these days, and it's like the kids as well. It's just been awful.
Right. This became a sort of viral sensation. I mean, the good news is I think you've had half of your money. Hopefully going to get the other half. If not, no doubt you'll take them to court. And
there's a good lawyer here if you need one.
I mean, it's a terrible thing, you know, when you've been, it's not just overpromised and undersold, but when this is a serious breach of contract. And, you know, people are entitled to their money back. Just to be clear, we approached the House of Illuminati, who organised this whole event, for a statement, but have not yet received a response. Now, in a post on Facebook, they said, unfortunately, at the last minute, we were let down in many areas of our event and tried our best to continue on, and now realise we probably should have cancelled first thing instead.
So you can understand things go wrong and things get let down, but this has become one of the biggest letdowns in the viral world, hasn't it, for a long time?
Yeah, it's definitely having a moment.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
So you're going to think twice before being invited to be an Oompa Loompa again?
I mean, I would do it again, why not? But I'd make sure I have everything all put in place.
And sorted. Well, lovely to talk to both of you this morning. At least you tried your best.
Yeah.
And let's hope those families get their money back, actually.
Yes.
It's a lot of money.